You are right up my street.
Oh, you can't make me choose.
Igo by Toyota sponsors T4.
Fuck me, Lee Ryan's 13.
I remember we couldn't remember the word for table.
This is You're Welcome America, the podcast that explains what the bloody hell Brits are banging on about.
In every episode, we translate British pop culture for America.
And American pop culture for Britain. You're welcome. I am Ben.
I am Fraser.
Fraser Light Razor. And
I dreamed a dream of time gone by, and I dreamed of a guest.
well, do you know what's good? I don't think we can have enough producers in the room. In case something technical goes wrong, she's here with us. You all know her. You've heard of her before. It's producer Bree.
Hello.
Hi. Oh, now we can just relax.
Producer Bree.
Happy birthday for the other day.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for coming to my party.
It was really nice.
Had a lovely time. We went to Damon's Steakhouse, which we have covered on the podcast.
Yes, tiki.
Your gift was our presents, and Ben gave you one piece of gum.
One piece of gum.
Which I'm savoring. I haven't had it yet. Saving for a special occasion.
I love that picture you sent of it. Like, still keeping a hold of this.
Oh yeah, I just had that moment where I was heading to your birthday. I was like, oh, haven't even brought a card.
It's awkward when you're turning 41 and only or not only, but every other person brings a gift. And it's like, I don't want a gift. I just want you guys to come, you know?
I do have to say, I do have a terrible track record with cards. I get that from my dad. My dad also...
What do you mean?
My dad hates cards. He hates receiving them. He hates buying them. He's always said, from a very young age, he said, please do not buy me Father's Day cards. He said, I'm not interested. They don't mean anything to me. And I was like, interesting. And now I live by that credence.
Too sentimental?
Not even that. He's just like, he's like, just say it, is what he's always said. He doesn't.
But sometimes I like getting a card, like the card, Brie, that your sister got you was perfect.
Oh, yeah.
What did it say in the front cover?
It said, this will breed the best year yet or something. It had cheese on it.
It's really good.
That's solid.
And it was $1 from Trader Joe's,
Yeah.
as we discussed heavily at dinner.
I will say, actually, there was a spate at a university where we would buy each other those cards that had... So they had a celebrity on the front of them, and when you open them, there was a voice recording of someone pretending to be that celebrity saying happy birthday to you.
That's fun.
And we were obsessed with this one that was a really bad Kylie Minogue card. And it's like, oh, don't you look gorgeous? Happy birthday to you.
I can't
Love
get
Kylie.
I can't get your birthday out of my head.
Yeah, that literally was, I think that might have been what it said.
No.
So we were really obsessed that we was like, look at you look great.
I did really enjoy the amount of potato we ate at your birthday.
I was...
It's a potato appetizer.
Yeah.
Potato with dinner.
Well,
Potato dreams.
We did
Yeah.
discuss beforehand that we were not in the mood. You and I, Bray, discussed we did not want to be full and angry by the end of that dinner.
Yeah, you had a party after to go
Well,
to.
I did go to another party, but I think I managed it. I was maybe 75% full and 75% angry, which I consider to be a win.
Yeah.
What are we here to talk about?
What are we doing? Oh, Drag Race.
Yeah.
Drag Race UK Season 5, Episode...
Five.
Yeah.
DRUK5.
DRUK5.
This one was called... Oh, Ben. Hang on, I've got all my notes.
I've got it right here.
Panto
Dames. I started making notes, then I ran out of time. She's busy, but then I also knew producer Bree was coming, so we had backup. And I just thought, do you know what? We'll just have a nice chat.
Got it covered, don't you worry.
We've got it covered. Shall we begin?
Let's jump into it. Actually, just so far, just as we have a guest, what are your thoughts so far on Drag Race UK, Brie? Are you enjoying it?
Yeah. You know what I was thinking about today is I really like that there's no obvious winner.
Oh, yeah.
I agree.
I really enjoy that because you're like, oh, who's it going to be?
Yeah.
Because initially, episode 1, I thought, oh, it's Caramel. But she's
been in the bottom a couple of times,
Yeah.
so it kind of mixes it up. But yeah, I feel like she is the obvious winner, but maybe not.
she's not funny.
Yeah, I think that's where she's floundering compared to some of I feel like the comedy queens are kind of rising up at the moment, and the non-comedy queens aren't as much, and she's the least comedy of the non-comedy queens, in my opinion.
And they're all pretty good, everyone that's left.
Yeah.
Everyone is pretty good.
I will say the tide has really turned for me on Michael Maruli. I mean, I was already, I know I already kind of liked him, but Michael Maruli's really climbing the ladder of success for me. I find him very captivating. But we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Who's your favorite, Brie?
Well, I think Ginger is so cute.
You two both want to get with Ginge.
Ginger is so cute.
Yeah. I can't get enough of that confessional
So
look.
cute.
That little hat. So we come back after Naomi, after her elimination. Now, Brie, did you understand anything that Naomi was saying? Because she definitely has the strongest accent of anyone on the show.
Yeah, I mean, I love her accent. I had the captions on it with something about dog shit.
Yeah. Yeah, what was it again? You had it.
See you in a bit, dog shit.
Yeah. You need to know, though, as two people from two very different parts of the country, me and Ben think she has a crazy accent. A great accent, but also a very strong one.
As we said before, she's this very tiny human, and then there's this big boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, I love it.
So coming back after the elimination, Dee Dee says she's happy someone's finally gone home. I thought that just in general, they kept flashing to just Banksy in the background, and I was like, oh God, she looks great. In that
Cat
leopard
suit.
print
Oh,
ski
yeah.
cat suit that was very Ben coded, as they say. What was she? Swiss banker's wife? Is that what she said?
Yeah, he's too busy. She's to go skiing in the Alps.
And Cara looked so beautiful.
Yeah.
From last week.
She says she's shocked she's not murdering every single challenge, which is what we thought. We were like expecting her to be a little better, but I do think there's that weird thing of she has an American polish that Drag Race UK is more about being kind of a endearing kind of. It's very like ragtag endearing. The polish and the look, it seems, is definitely kind of secondary on Drag Race UK. So I guess maybe that's where she's not shining as bright as she thought. That's my opinion. That's my opinion.
That's my opinion!
I like Ginger essentially telling Cara, no, you weren't great.
Yeah.
And Cara being like, oh, okay. Like, clearly not used to that kind of frank criticism.
And then, as per, Tamara is having a fucking blast in her interview. She's like, oh, she thought she's gonna come in here and her shit wasn't gonna stink, but it does.
The witch cackle.
Yeah.
After everything she says is so funny.
I'm convinced, and I've written it a couple of times in this episode. I'm convinced that by the end of this season, like in the ring, Tamara's going to actually come out of the screen of my TV because
the ring.
Because she's like, her head is getting closer and closer to the camera.
Yes.
She's going in and out of focus.
Her name's Tamara.
Exactly.
And it's Samara in the ring.
Wow, that's too much.
Tamara from the ring.
And this week, it's Halloween, so we've really unlocked something.
Yikes.
So that's it. Yeah, Banksy does an apology again to Vicky and Cara. I said Vicky does another Housewives non-apology, which is, if I said something that offended you, I'm really sorry. It's like, no.
Shady apology.
You were offensive, so you should say sorry. But Ben, how do you feel about Vicky? Tell us your feelings on Vicky. I don't feel anything. I'm neutral.
Wagon wheel Watusi.
Oh, shut up. What were we saying?
Sorry, that's my wine, iced wine, just chinking away.
While I was watching it furiously before the record tonight, you said to me, oh, I'm going to say some things now which I can't say on mic.
Well, that's unsubstantiated evidence. So
And let's just say... It's
for the Patreon.
It refers to Vicky.
Unprovable. And I control the edit of this, so we'll see.
All right.
Well, I can say I don't like her lipstick, the pink one that she does with the white in the middle. It's too much.
That might be quite similar to something that Fraser said.
There may have been some discussion about mouth shapes and lipstick and other things, but again, who will ever know?
I can't stop just looking at those cookies over there. Brie brought over some cookies in a little baggie.
We'll get to it. We'll do it. We'll do a midway treat. Don't worry. Don't worry. I've got to tempt you like a donkey.
Through this.
Now we do like a donkey. Now we do have some, when they're all like, yeah, I'm now going to massacre the competition. We do have some blood graphics.
Yes.
That was fun.
And she got a baby cry too when she threw the baby. I was like, wow, Dee Dee is getting the special sound effects.
Yeah, you know that's good when you get the sound effects in your interview.
It made me think, oh, maybe it's her time to go. Yeah, sadly not.
And then, Banksy does a good storm off. Yeah, we get all the de-dragging. And then it's announced that the special guest judge is Kush Jumbo, one of the best names ever created in life.
Now, who is this?
So she is an actress, as Rue said, from Stage and Scream, but she's most well known, especially here, for being in The Good Wife and The Good Fight.
Oh, okay.
Shows I've never once my eyeballs have never once laid upon. Do you watch either of them?
No.
It's weird. I feel like that's the kind of crap you would like, isn't it? Close.
How dare?
Yeah.
First of all.
Let's roll that back and just make that statement a little less aggressive and a little less judgmental.
I feel like it's the kind of shit that you would watch.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's not. It's actually a little too elevated in terms of like writing and style.
Okay.
I like cheap, bad procedurals. So and it's a little too good for that.
Talking of cheap and bad, can we talk about Vicky's cowboy hat?
Oh, so it's the next day. Yeah, this ain't great. So the Northeast gals come in first, looking very smug because they're the winners from last week.
Now, to be fair to Vicky, she does look. She's very like clean faced and a bit tired, which we all would be by this point in the competition. And I like to think that she's kind of thought to herself, do you know what? I'm just going to put on a hat, and that will disguise things. Didn't. It's a shit hat.
What do you think of Michael Maruli's moth-eaten jumper? As in sweater, sorry, Brie.
Oh, yeah.
Not jumper, not romper.
Holy sweater. Yeah.
For reference.
It was like one that you buy with holes in it.
Yeah.
Not available in the year 2023 to buy with holes in it, I will say.
What year was that?
I'm thinking 2008? 7?
Maybe later. It could be a 2012. Oof. Definitely looks like he needs a cedar chest to put his woolens into, though.
Those moths.
To keep those moths away. Oh, I've just noticed Cara. She's got a pashmina shawl.
Well, we're getting cozy with Cara.
Getting cozy with Cara. Right, yeah, they're in the workroom.
Yes, and then, so Rue comes in. Ruru comes in.
Why are we calling her Ruru again?
Because I like saying Ruru.
Ruru.
She comes in. Again, she's wearing another neckerchief. I'm not going to make any questions or assumptions about a neck lift, but there's been a lot of neckwear on this season for Ruru.
She's wearing like an artist smock.
Yeah.
I noticed that. Yeah.
Very painterly. Now, sorry, Brie, to do a reference that's going to make no sense to you, and actually no sense to you because I don't even know if you watched it, but did you watch the first series of Made in Chelsea back in the day?
Yeah, oh yeah.
I was really obsessed with that one episode. Remember Caggie?
Oh yeah, Caggie Dunlop.
Yeah, she talks that there's a moment where someone comes into a bar and it's like a guy that she fancies, and she goes, "Oh, and here I am, just dressed like a painter." And she's wearing like a kind of denim shirt. She's like, "I'm dressed like a painter." That's good. I loved Caggie.
Caggie Dunlop.
That first series was a real. We can't go down a Made in Chelsea rabbit hole.
Acoustic Rihanna.
Acoustic Rihanna. Oh my god, which song was it?
I can't remember. She sang.
Oh, I know. It was Man Down, which is like
What?
a very Caribbean. Yeah, it was Man Down. She did an acoustic guitar cover of Man Down.
Wow.
Not something a white woman from Chelsea should be performing.
Should be doing ever, regardless of year.
Anyway, so
Right, what's happening?
Ruru announces the mini challenge, and it's going to be the reading challenge. Ben? Did you manage to cover this one?
I did.
Okay.
Now, question. I got confused with the format here because there was no Rue mail.
Oh yeah.
To introduce the challenge.
Yeah. Wouldn't there normally be one for like, it'd be like, hey sisters,
Hey dames,
what can you see with both eyes? Is it something you should read or?
It would be it's crazy that she didn't do the room out and say like, hey dames, blah 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 blah, and then ended it by going, it's behind you.
Yeah.
Like, that makes no sense that she didn't do that. So yeah, who knows?
Missed opportunity.
Something to do with their neck. I didn't say it, Ben did.
Do you think maybe like the TV monitor in the studio went dodgy?
Oh, the flat screen that's on wheels.
Yeah.
I know exactly what that TV looks like, and I know exactly what that art department's put on the front of it.
They've put on like
that glitter,
or like that border.
It's that glitter foam board thing that every art department uses. Anyway, I thought the glasses were fun for this reading challenge. Pink and fluffy.
Furry? Yeah.
Yeah, because what are they normally?
It's always a different, like, fun. It's always like a fun frame, but these are the first furry ones that I've ever seen.
Oh.
Yeah.
Kind of like a different Big Brother chair every season.
Exactly.
Or like a different Red Nose for Red Nose Day every season. Okay, fine.
My notes are quite scattered in this one. My first note is Banksy does a good read on Dee Dee. Didn't write it down.
Brie, have you made any notes for this? Because mine are bare.
Yeah, I made one that Michael Maruli does a read on Dee Dee, calling her Crystal Versace, but she says, I don't know why everyone's confusing the two of you because she actually won.
Yeah.
Very good.
That made me laugh.
Michael's pretty good at this.
I've actually remembered Banksy did a good run of like delusional, this, and she was like parted. It was solid. It was a solid kind of format to cling to.
Ginger did one about about Banksy, which was you spell your name with an IE, and it was something about like IE, why are you still here?
Yeah, it was IE, not
Yeah.
Y.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
it was just the right level of like cerebral
And I
without
was like,
being
does
too
she
much.
spell her name with an IE?
She does.
She does.
Very-
Because I double checked because I was
Yeah.
like, branding wise, Banksy the
Yeah.
painter.
Oh, Michael Murley did the best read of all time, which was about Kate Bush being so ugly that she had tinted windows on her incubator as a baby. That was a fucking fantastic read. It's
Okay.
so
Yeah.
mean and so like, it's so good.
Okay.
I feel like Michael's used that one over in, where, Ben?
Oh, Gran Canaria.
Gran Canaria.
Sounds exotic.
It's Gran Canaria. That's why you think it sounds exotic, Brie. It is pronounced Gran Canaria. Ben is sticking to his guns about Gran Canaria.
Can some other Scottish people please get in touch? I grew up saying Gran Canaria.
I think it's because your Scottish accent is very soft.
Gran Canaria.
So that sounds... See, now when you say it like that, I believe you. But it's because your accent is so soft. You almost sound like a southern person saying Gran Canaria.
Oh, Gran Canaria.
That's what it is. It's because you're posh. It's because you're Scottish and posh.
Yeah.
Tamara messed up her joke and just laughed really
Yes,
hard and
she's-
made Rue laugh.
She's having a great time, even if no one else is.
And she managed to save herself. By the way, at this point, I couldn't remember her name, and I just wrote the Rubberhead one. That's what I called Tamara.
That's Tamara, yes.
So, yeah, you're right. She messed up her jokes, but she did say to someone, "You're hilarious to look at."
Yeah.
And everyone went crazy.
What did we think about Ben's favourite Vicky's just incredibly sexually aggressive reads?
I was going to ask
Horrible.
what that meant.
What did she say again? What was it?
She said to Banksy, should I fuck you or feed you?
Because Banksy's thin. And then she made that joke about her big nose, like, sitting on her face.
Yeah.
It was all sexual, basically, and it was like...
Not. I just.
But again, it was like I don't know whether to fuck you or feed you. It's like, that's not a joke. Those are just statements.
I didn't get it.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah, it was bad, but...
It's also hard when you start to not like someone when they're being sexual is like the most excruciating thing of all time.
Yeah, getting the ick, as they say, is very tough. Speaking of tough, Cara, she has a tough tough
crickets.
moment. Yeah, she gets crickets. My note is, I'm sweating. I started sweating in like panic for her.
Oh, she did a truck driver joke about Ginger, and I was like, how dare.
Yeah, I was like, she doesn't even look like a truck driver.
I mean, that wasn't that bad.
Oh.
Just because the two of you fancy Ginger. Come on.
Okay, then Kate closed out the reading with some of the best reads I've heard. One of them was, Tamara, you're not just a pretty face, you're an ugly face with loads of filler and Botox in it. That's really good. And then, yeah, because she got a lot of ugly jokes, Kate, and she ends her thing very successfully. She just kind of says, well, she may be ugly, but she knows how to read about herself. And I was like, that's very good.
And it flashed to Cara.
Yeah. It really, yeah, Cara was like, yeah, I felt as ever with anything comedy based, I felt like when Kate and Ginger were up there, I just kind of went,
Thank goodness.
lovely safe pair of hands. Hands I want on my body. Oh, now I'm turning into Vicky.
Oh, wow.
And the winner, and they've started inexplicably just calling her Catherine Butch.
Have they?
Yeah, throughout this whole episode, they call her, I think someone else called her
Kathy.
Kathy.
Yeah.
They're calling her
Kathy
Kathy
Butch,
Butch
that's
and
fun.
Catherine Butch, which is very good. Maxi Challenge
What is it?
announced. They're performing Panto, She Better Don't, the Rusical.
Now, Brie, what do you think this is?
Yeah, let's talk to you about Panto.
Okay, so there was a previous season or series that did a Panto look on the runway.
Yes.
So I remember you guys talking about it.
Yeah,
Okay.
so, because it was like Panto Dame. So, actually, really quickly, I think Kate does quite a good explanation of Panto in her interview for international audiences. She says, it's a classic fairy tale play, but with silly jokes. The audience gets to shout things, and there are innuendos. So that's actually a pretty broad description, but they're also very marketed towards children with adult jokes. So
So it's like families.
Yeah, it's very
You
family.
would take your kids along, your niece
Yeah.
or nephew along, and they would have a great time. But there's also stuff for you to enjoy,
Yeah.
like a Pixar movie.
Yes, exactly,
Oh,
exactly.
okay. And is it always men?
So there's always for as long as I can remember, the Panto dame would be a drag, like a man playing a woman. That was always that role. And then occasionally, especially if it was Peter Pan, a woman would play Peter Pan.
Oh yeah, like over here
Like-
with what's her name, Alison Williams.
Yeah, or Sandy Duncan was the one from the olden days, right? Yeah. So like,
Who?
Sandy Duncan, right?
I just was like, uh-huh.
Oh, I thought that was an American reference. Oh, Brie.
So they did a live version of. Remember for a while they did like the live Grease or like live Rent or whatever it was. They did a live. Don't they did a live Rent? No, they did do a Rent live.
Yeah.
They did.
Valentina, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's right.
Valentina.
They did a live Peter Pan that was really bad. I think it was on Fox. And Alison Williams, who was in Friends, but also in
Friends.
Girls.
Girls. She was also in Megan M3gan.
Yeah.
She played
Your list of Alison Williams roles is great.
Friends,
She's in Friends and
Girls,
and
and
Meg
M3gan. And she played Peter Pan.
Right. But yes, so it's always like, Peter Pan or Puss in Boots or one of those kind of fairy tale things. And then, family friendly. There's these traditional things, which is for the main characters to have the villain behind them and for the audience is encouraged to
That's
shout,
cute.
he's behind you. And then the other thing, as you heard, is someone saying like, oh, no, you don't. Oh, yes, I do. Oh, no, you don't. That's the classic call and
Cute.
response.
I like that. And that's why they were talking about drag story time.
Yes, exactly. Just real quick, did you ever see Panto when you were younger?
Of course.
What was your favorite? I only really remember one very clearly.
I don't really remember any of them. I was in one once, I think.
Right.
A couple. But then also, famously, now this will be right up your street, in Scotland. So, also in the UK, often a celebrity is in the Panto.
Always.
So it could be a big
Oh.
celebrity like Pamela Anderson could be playing
What?
Tinkerbell.
Yeah.
And they've shipped her over and they're paying her a gazillion
Wimbledon.
in Wimbledon.
Okay. You
Or
guys are really holding out on that.
The
That's fun fact.
The London ones get some
some
really
big
famous
stars,
people,
but
yeah.
then like the local ones are smaller stars or whatever, or people from who've been on X Factor, like American Idol, that kind of thing. So in Glasgow one year, Jimmy Cranky was in it and playing. It was Jack and the Beanstalk, and I think Jimmy Cranky played Jack. But then
I'm Jack! I'm climbing up a beanstalk!
but climbing up the beanstalk, she fell off the beanstalk.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I fell off a beanstalk!
Yeah.
So then they had to take her to hospital.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah,
The hospital.
the hospital. What did I say?
You were really back in the UK. You said we had to take her to hospital.
Hospital. Well, I was. I bloody was. I was at the King's Theatre Glasgow with Jimmy Cranky. Right, what one do you remember?
I saw Aladdin in Norwich, and so it wasn't the Disney Aladdin. It was like very much a stage, the weird Panto version of Aladdin. And I just remember the moment where they came around and they were getting kids to go up on stage, like an audience participation moment. And I was
Were you like hiding?
I was dying of fear, and I remember telling my mum. I think I cried and said I don't want to do it, and she was like, "You don't have to."
so
I diagnosed anxiety as a child.
How old was this?
Oh, I was really young, really young.
Like under 10.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. And I remember I was terrified. Like it was like I was seeing a horror movie.
So did Laurie York go up on stage instead?
Oh well, they put
She's
her.
like,
in,
I know this one.
Yeah, she's like, I have actually understudied every role, and my mum performed the whole thing. Yeah, exactly. Well, I sat and cried. That's my life. Okay. Picking the roles shenanigans that happens, which does play into everything later on.
Now, how does that go? Tell me about picking the roles.
Kate gets to pick first, right?
Yes, so
Or
Kate
last, whatever
gets
she
to pick her
chooses.
own role.
Yeah.
And then everyone else has to kind of fight for the rest of them. And there's a bit of kerfuffle because it ends up being that Ginger, the only roles that are left for Ginger is the two people from the fake version of Steps, which is the allusion to celebrities being in pantomimes. That's what those two.
Okay.
That's what those two pop star characters
Okay, that makes sense.
Tamara and Cara end up playing.
Yeah.
And basically Ginger says, like, I'd rather not do a role that involves loads of choreo. So she swaps roles with Cara, who was originally going to do the back end of the cow role.
Oh.
Because Cara's like, oh, actually, yeah, I'll be better at choreography. She's like, no one wants to see Ginger, like, try and do choreo like that, which is true. But Cara talked herself out of Well, she wouldn't have done
More standout role.
Yeah, she wouldn't have done well in Kara's role, but
Yeah.
that's not how it works, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, in the end, I think they all got the right roles, I think.
Yeah, but I guess in some people's minds, they didn't because they, in Kara's head, she thought that she could have done something good with the back end of the cow role, but
Well, she's wrong.
she's wrong. That is also a traditional Panto thing, is to have an animal and someone playing the back
Cute.
end of a donkey or cow.
And then they emerge.
Yeah,
So I guess.
yeah. It's kind of just like a weird thing. Anyway,
The Panto I was in had a real horse on stage and the horse shit everywhere.
that is really bad. Animal rights.
It was the
cruelty.
90s.
Yeah.
It was like a show horse, Was it Cinderella? I think it was Cinderella.
Yeah.
Must have been for the pumpkin, for the coach. The pumpkin
Yeah.
coach.
Were you like a little mouse?
I was
Cinderella.
I never
That's the Disney version. They don't
Sewing.
do rip-offs of Disney, even though they do the Disney because it's the fairy tales. I did notice that everyone's wearing head mics for this, which was really fun because they're definitely doing live vocals. What did we think about the fact that Dee Dee was wearing a hoodie that said Arizona on it? My question for the group was, do you think Dee Dee's ever been to Arizona?
Wait, who wants to go on the road trip?
That's Vicky and her husband.
Oh, yeah.
No, Dee Dee. I don't think Dee Dee set foot in
I
Arizona.
don't think so. That's not the first place you go when you go to America.
Where is the first place, Brie?
New York City or
There you
Los
go.
Angeles.
Yeah, completely.
Or
Orlando, Florida, if you're
Yeah.
from the UK because of Disney
Oh,
World.
yeah.
we're going to Orlando. We're
Yeah.
going to do 2 weeks. We're going to do all the parks.
Ben and I have really seen through the looking glass since we got older, and everyone that we went to school with, we were like so jealous when they got to go to Orlando, and now it's really funny to think about that.
And I was like,
It's like, yeah, great.
now the thing is people go to Dubai.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I've never been to Orlando.
Another problematic place. Florida, Dubai, same div. Yeah. This editing, I thought, in this vocal session was quite sneaky, as in they didn't give us much.
I thought Tamara's singing was really
Oh
funny.
yeah, she was like, she
Yeah.
went low.
Well, that's interesting you say that because I didn't watch this bit and I just skipped to the performance and I was like, oh, that's
Yeah.
a choice.
Yeah, she made Michelle laugh doing that voice, and I think I think that's all she could do as well. That
Fair.
was the only register she could do.
What else is going on in this rehearsal?
There's a tough moment of Michael and Vicky trying to do a harmony, but actually they managed to do it. But I was saying it's very. Have you ever tried to harmonize with someone just anyway? I can't really sing that well, but
Let's try it.
okay.
No, that's me just going an octave higher. Hang on. I think we did something.
Yeah, I'm just saying to do it on the spot under pressure is really hard. When you're nervous as well. It's very like a shaky
So
voice trying to
hard.
do a harmony is really hard.
Speaking of doing something on the spot and under pressure, should we all read each other?
No.
Oh, God. Read me. Please read me.
Absolutely not.
Please read me.
You can save that keep that to yourself. I don't want to hear it. You do anyway. I know. Yeah, exactly. It's going to be just everyday life.
Reads. I'll be like, hey, Fraser, you're a piece of shit. That's it.
Right. Some real DD level reads. Just saying something and then being like, well, if I say something mean, it's a joke. Yeah. Those were DD's reads.
Brie,
Anyway.
where would I go with Brie? It would be something about the cheese.
Yeah.
But it'd be like, but you're
That's
not.
not personal.
No, I'm not going to go personal. I'm not going to air your dirty laundry in this podcast.
Let's move on from this. I don't like this. I don't
Your
like this
dirty
area.
Airbnb sheets.
Read me.
Ginger's wearing a fun jumpsuit.
Adorable.
She's wearing a great full-length
How
jumpsuit.
can you not just love her, Ben?
Who?
Ben's,
Who are you?
It's Ben's
Ginger.
Oh, Ginger. Oh, no, I like Ginger.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I like her.
I like her.
That's just fine.
I just don't want to,
Fuck her. So let's get to dance rehearsals with Karen. Dancing with Karen, which is going to be my DVD workout routine. That
Dancing
I
with
release,
Karen.
Seeing
Yeah,
as I
she's
am now,
cute.
Karen. Yeah, so she's one of the professional dancers from our
Strictly.
version of Dancing with the Stars.
Which Michelle was on, right?
Yes, yeah, and it's worth noting that in the UK, Strictly is one of the pinnacles of TV.
okay.
So it's not like how Dancing with the Stars has faded into kind of obscurity, but also kind of successful. Strictly is still like appointment viewing in the UK. It's like Saturday night, everyone sits down and watches Strictly. There's a recurring theme where coming out to talk to Michelle and coming out to talk to Karen, it's always Kate first, and she goes, yeah. As she comes around the corner onto the runway, which I just really liked. Yeah. And then I thought there was a really interesting thing about this choreo session. So when we were talking to Crystal last week, she was saying that we were talking about one of the hardest things is someone doing the choreography facing you. But I thought what was interesting here is they made a point of Karen introduced her assistant, and as we were watching them learn the choreo, the assistant was facing away from, like, she was doing, the assistant was doing the choreo, like, so you could follow her. And I was like, they've upped their game of trying to make it a little nicer.
Karen's a choreographer. She knows what she's doing.
Exactly. I bet that was part of her stipulation.
Yeah.
I think in general, because this musical is quite intense because it's live vocals and dancing, I felt like this whole rehearsal thing got a pretty positive edit. No one was really that bad, were they?
No. Yeah, there was no stinkers.
Yeah. Oh, the only stinker was Banksy. She got clown music.
Oh, for the choreo, yeah.
Oh, and then Dee Dee at this point announces that she's never seen a musical in her entire life.
Yeah.
Tough moment.
Dee Dee?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Does that just seem like she's just out of touch? Like she's young and...
It's not, it's an age thing, and it's also like I definitely think the world that she is in, specifically in her kind of drag scene, they're all very American adjacent in terms of like their reference points are going to be not as deeply rooted in like UK historical good stuff or something like that. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
I do, but wait, she's 20,
Yeah.
right? And she's never seen a musical or she's never seen a pantomime?
Musical or pantomime. She said both.
live.
It's weird not to have seen a pantomime because when you're a kid, everyone kind of goes, and it might be like your school might organize a trip. A musical, depending where she was, like, musicals are expensive.
Yeah, but did you? I felt like I went to see stuff at school as well.
I mean,
So no one's
against my will.
anti-panto.
What's that?
So no one's anti-pantomime there.
Not like when you're a kid. No, and also you've got like no choice.
Yeah, you really do just get forced to them as a child. They are fun.
I mean, I'd hate to go to one now.
Oh, good God, no! I'm not going to go to one now.
Absolute hell.
Awful.
Wait, is it kind of like a Bob Baker, like marionettes?
Yes,
Like-
but less creepy.
Yeah, it's much broader than that.
Okay.
Yeah, way more broad than that.
It's also very like, oh well, it's Christmas, we have to go.
Yeah, it's like weirdly baked into people's just like.
I feel like I would love it. I would be like, yes.
I think you'd be very tickled by it because
I
you'd be
would.
like, what is going on?
It's really strange, and you'd be like, oh, in the middle of like a performance of Cinderella, one of them does like a Britney Spears number. It's all over the place, and then you're like, what? Why is everyone screaming in the audience? And then we'll get to those flashy things because that's a new addition.
Oh, yeah, they had, like, a sword.
Oh yeah, don't you worry. That's something since we grew up.
don't know
But
what
we'll
this
talk
is.
about
The judges.
that. Yeah. Oh. So let's just get to Elimination Day. So let's do mirror chats.
Okay, you guys have to tell me about the mirror chats. What's going on?
Brie?
Oh. I just remember Ginger talking about Drag Story Hour, and they were kind of going around and talking about who does it, who doesn't do Drag Story Hour.
What's Drag Story Hour like?
Just when you like read to kids.
Oh,
It's the thing that everyone's protesting here and back
It's
at
like,
home.
Good.
who does it here? Nina West?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's that same thing of Ginger articulates it perfectly, which is people protesting Drag Story Hour, saying that it's this weird sexualized thing to children, is repackaged homophobia from like the 60s and 70s, which is that if you're gay or queer in any capacity, you're like a predator. And it's the exact same thing with drag queen stuff. It's just people just reapplying the same homophobia, basically being like, oh, it's inappropriate, even though
It's just
Drag
like,
Queen Story Hour,
yeah.
very specifically, the drag queens will never do anything provocative or
Yeah. It's just
they
like,
don't do like a
believe in yourself.
yeah, they don't do like a
themes.
floor show number.
Yeah.
They come in like a fun costume, and
Yeah.
I think, is it Banksy that says like, oh, but it's 'cause kids like it because it's like you're this big shiny, colorful, crazy over the top thing,
Yeah.
and then they read a story. That's it. But yeah.
And not all drag queens do it. Like some are
Right,
like,
right.
It's not as if oh my god, why have I completely forgotten? Like Tace isn't
Yeah.
going to be like turning
Yeah.
up and
She's like
Exactly.
on a runway.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Tace isn't coming in like
Yeah.
a thong and doing like a
Yeah.
floor show for the kids. That's where the disconnect is.
Yeah.
With the
Yeah,
a
fucking
Sierra
idiots.
number.
Yeah.
Dressed in Jean-Paul Gaultier.
Exactly.
I think it was Catherine that said, I hate kids. So
Yeah, it's
like,
Catherine.
go ahead, guys.
Catherine
Or-
Butch. Yeah, she's like, well, I hate kids, so I'm not doing it.
But Ginger gets emotional.
Yeah. Yeah, she's talking about, because they kind of link it all. They talk about pantos, and Ginger makes a really good point, which is that pantomime is a tradition of drag with the panto dame that goes back as far as anyone can remember, and how there's this weird mindset in the UK that where it's like, oh, if it's drag that has always been there, it's fine, and now all of a sudden these other things are happening and you're not okay with the exact same thing that's happening now.
And also I think sometimes in panto it's often men who aren't like drag queens doing it in a way. So it'll be like comic actors who suddenly are dressing up as one of the stepsisters in Cinderella, but they're not a working drag queen the rest of the year. So it's kind of seen as okay in some people's eyes.
Yeah, definitely. Sorry, I got a text from someone that says, "Hi, I'm Adina. I'm the person I matched on the tag dating site. Can we chat?" Guys, I gotta go. Guys, we're done. Me and Adina have met on tag. We're in love.
Oh my god.
It's Dina Lohan.
Are you gonna text her back?
It's Adina.
Oh,
it's Adina Lohan.
Adina Lohan.
Vicky does another terrible job of wrapping up the mirror chats. I noticed you mentioned it last week, Ben, that she's really bad at kind of putting a button on a scene. She's like, well, guys, you know, drag queen story hour is the best, and it's time for us to slay on the runway. It's like, Vicky, what the fuck are you talking about?
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Shall we get to the main stage?
Yes. My note was, I wish Rue, I know she never follows the theme or what the episode's about, but I wish that Rue had done like a Panto Dame look. How funny would that have been if she'd done a traditional like widow twanky Panto Dame look, but like fashion? It would have been really fun.
I mean, her outfit's great. She's wearing that black sparkly
Yeah.
number. Oh, Brie doesn't remember, so I'm just going to turn this computer that I have been, you know, just sort of
Ben's so happy to call someone else out that doesn't remember.
That was cool.
Yeah.
It was kind of feathery, but it was like glittery feathery.
Yeah.
This also goes with my theory that Rue loves doing Drag Race UK. I feel like she loves the queens, still gets a kick out of them more than maybe in the kind of slight factory sense of the US season. And I think she does more fun looks in UK. I think she does more experimental stuff because she's like, oh, fuck it.
It's on holiday.
She's like, well, everyone here looks like shit. I can wear whatever I
It's like,
want.
I'm gonna look great no matter what.
Yeah. My question here was, has anyone ever seen a frame of Kush Jumbo's work? I think we've covered that, haven't we?
Who's Kush Jumbo?
The guest judge.
Oh, no.
I can't even picture who the guest judge was.
She's wearing a fun sequin top. So they basically launch into the Rusical, and then this is what I wanted to talk about was the fact that they've given the judges. So the thing now, I think, is that because it's a kids show and the kids in the audience, you know how like if you go to like a concert, there's all those people outside selling like really weird like light up wands that you can wave in the air. It's basically, that's a big thing, is all the kids love going to Panto because they get all these things they can wave. And one of them is they gave Rue a light up plastic sword, like a pirate sword. I thought that was so funny. It's so stupid.
Just another way to make money.
Yeah, exactly. That's what like your mum would be. You'd be like, can I buy? No, it's just another way for them to make money.
Well, do you know what? You'll buy one and you've got to
You're never gonna use it. Yeah.
Keep it for next year.
Yeah.
If you buy it, we're doing it once.
Yeah, you're never
and
gonna
that's
use
it.
that again.
You're never going to use that again. It would not last to next year.
Oh, good God, no.
Oh no, a battery would leak in it or something.
Really hard to replace the batteries in that as well.
Exactly. Yeah, it'd be the kind of thing where you can't replace the battery. Yeah.
I just want to do a general note, which I think is important for the kind of panto element of this all. Because pantos are such an audience participation thing, I've never seen the judges have so much fun during a Rusical as they do in this, because there's so much call and response and like interaction there. Like especially Rue. Rue's like laughing her head off this whole time.
Yeah, she's tickled. It's less passive than other things.
I don't really know if it was really worth us talking through the Rusical, because I felt like everyone was pretty like,
I thought everyone was good.
evenly solid. There's kind of no clunkers.
Well, I feel like later on they try and give some reactions to Kate Butch, like some more muted reactions to her.
Yeah, there were some people that got some strange. They added in some very neutral faces to Kate and Ginger that don't reflect their critiques at all.
Oh yeah.
They got kind of like a face, whereas
I don't like that.
Yeah, because the other people that got
then
the
it worries me.
Yeah, because Banksy and Dee Dee also got like faces, and they were in the bottom. But yeah, Kate and Ginger got those faces, but were winner and told very specifically they were the best of the week. So it was a little confusing.
One note I made was that Kate and Michael's voices sounded so similar to me.
Yes.
It was like hard to differentiate who was. It's
interesting you say that, because I think that they both did different northern accents to what they normally speak like. They both did like Naomi Carter's accent.
And like shouty.
They did like
performance things.
shouty Yorkshire, even though neither of them are from those areas.
Yeah.
It was, I completely agree with you. It was like, I was like, oh, Kate's doing like a Yorkshire accent. That's funny. And then Michael came out and I was like, oh, she's going to do like a strong
they
Newcastle
should have done
accent.
different.
Because Michael's accent is funny. Like Geordie accents just naturally is very like funny.
Yeah.
So, it was strange.
Is it kind of like when an American is doing Shakespeare and they decide to put on a voice like
Right.
this?
Right.
It's like, what are you
So
doing?
the UK version is Panto Yorkshire.
Yeah, exactly.
Ben, what did you think of Vicky? I wrote just my note when Vicky came out. I put Vicky. I bet Ben's mad.
Vicky just, I mean, yeah, yes. Yeah. What do you think of Vicky's lips?
Great.
Great.
Oh, wow.
I wrote in all caps, the cow is in heels. I really loved that the cow,
I didn't see that.
the front end of the cow
That's
and
cute.
Ginger as the back end were in very high, like high heels.
That's funny.
I thought that was cute.
Oh, yeah, I'm looking at that. God, it must be really hot being in that costume.
Yeah.
Also,
Who do you think was in the front? I was expecting the front to be a reveal of someone
I
very
was
like
thinking it was,
Panto
like-
kind of someone you'd expect to be in a Panto.
like H from Steps.
yeah,
or
I thought it was
something.
going to be someone from Steps.
Also, it must be really sore if you're in the back. Like,
Yes, you spent.
bent over the whole time.
Yeah,
That's really sore.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't want that role.
So all in all, everyone did really good. I think they really struggled to give anyone a bad edit because it was so good.
Agreed.
It was I thought it was one of the right up there with like I think the UK is now kind of that's their thing, isn't it? Remember they did the rats one.
I love the rats one.
Yeah, I feel like that.
Ben hates
I didn't
fucking rats
I
one.
love
because of
it.
fucking Ronnie Green.
it's so funny.
But like I think that's the UK's thing now is like their musical will always be live, like musical theatre, and they kind of trying to make it good every time. So
I do want to point out, I did enjoy Cara and Tamara together. I thought that was a nice, they're very different, their roles to everyone else, doing the pop star thing. It worked really well. And I think that Ginger really became a star towards the end of this as well.
Yeah.
Just in all ways.
it's always I feel like on this show, it's always those small parts, especially in the musicals. It's always those small parts that end up making. Do you remember when Shea Coulee was Black China in the Kardashians one? It was like
Wait, Nina Bonina wanted to be Black China.
poor Nina Bonina wanted to be Black China, but yeah, it's that exact same thing of like Black China basically comes in at like right at the end of that Kardashians musical and has like a two like literally like she basically just said like 5 things and did like a death drop, and it was the best part of the whole musical.
Stole the show.
Yeah.
Wait, I feel like we need Fraser to do the moo.
You calling Fraser a cow?
The moo song.
It was really good because it was kind of like they kind of gave her like a Dreamgirls song, wasn't it? It was
Yeah,
like
it was so cute.
going, going. It was fun. It was really stupid.
She's really helpful in that she's Ginger and her name's Ginger. It really helps me.
Yeah,
Because I
so
still
old-
don't remember anyone's
yeah.
names.
Ben has Drag Race face blindness, so
Don't
he
remember
cannot.
anyone. It's just, they all merge. What? What
No,
are you going
I
to say?
was going to do like a weird test on you.
Are you going to read me? What are you doing?
No. So let's get to the runway.
So what's this runway theme?
Mirror, mirror.
Oh, because of mirror, mirror on the wall.
Wall.
Like a very...
Yes. Who's the fairest of them all? Smart. Good. Synergy.
Right, first up.
Cara.
Caramel. She is wearing an outfit that she said the same designer who made stuff for Beyonce made this.
She says this outfit was made for Beyonce.
Oh.
Because then the producer goes, how'd you get that? And she's like, I know the designer. But she never says that Beyonce wore it on tour. So it clearly was,
It was made for and discarded.
Yeah.
which is funny. But it's still great.
It's really good.
Yeah, really good.
I love that wig.
Ben and I have had a long discussion about how, and we did last week as well, about how hard it is to do the silver look like everyone did for Beyonce's
yeah, I listened.
Renaissance tour. And I was like, this is another rare success because it was made for Beyonce.
Look, yeah, if she
Yeah.
turned up to watch the Renaissance tour, whatever you call it, wearing that,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah.
But everyone else was wearing like
We do say Renaissance in the UK.
Renaissance.
We say Renaissance.
Yeah,
You're right.
Renaissance.
But I've been so
Renaissance.
indoctrinated by this country that I say Renaissance.
Renaissance.
It's Renaissance.
It's like 9/11. We would have said 11th of September.
9/11.
Yeah.
We technically would have called it 11-9.
Yeah.
I'm glad we brought up 9/11 in this episode. Okay.
So Cara's phenomenal. Delicious. She's wearing a Mary Queen of Scots thing with a mirrored neck.
No,
thing?
she's doing Bloody Mary as in...
the drink. What?
She's doing Bloody Mary like...
Should have been holding a Bloody Mary. Oh, I'd love a Bloody Mary right now. She should have been holding a Bloody Mary.
No,
doing-
when you were a kid,
it's-
didn't you say
yeah.
to the mirror
Yeah.
Bloody Mary 3 times,
That's-
and then
it's-
it was just to come out and scare you?
Yeah, it's that thing of if you look into a
What?
mirror and... Yeah, it's like Candyman.
super
Or
creepy.
like
It was-
Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
Yes, but it's
Kids
like a
would do
folk,
it, yeah.
it's like a folklore thing. Yeah, if you say Bloody Mary into a mirror 3 times, she'll come out and kill you.
I've never heard of this, and I've never stepped foot in a
Don't do
Greg's.
it. You're just too pure.
Okay. There's a mirror right here. Should I do it?
No.
What will happen?
No, because in a horror movie, we would also get affected by that, even though you're the one that did it.
And we're at Fraser's, so his house will get haunted.
Yeah.
I'll turn into Bloody Mary and I'll kill both of you.
That tracks.
What a shocker, yeah. I think that's going to happen anyway.
I'm whatever with this. Like maybe whatever. It's good, I guess. Is it good?
I don't
don't
like
know.
it. And she does an
It
American
was like
accent.
it wasn't her usual face paint, which was I think the only thing good about it. Or no, it was well done.
Yeah, no.
But it was just
Right.
Yeah.
You've completely hit the nail on the head. It's really well done, and I don't like it.
But it was different from her normal what was that? Crystal Versace.
Yeah,
makeup.
that kind of MILF look that she does.
cat eye or whatever.
Next is Vicky. Now, the judges love this look. I didn't. She's doing that kind of motorcycle with the very giant hips, kind of turquoise, iridescent look.
It's all very.
Oh yeah.
It's very Lady Gaga, Bad Romance,
Right.
2010.
Right.
Like,
And those leggings are very like Amazon.
yeah. Oh,
How
We
dare.
said it. We
How
didn't.
dare.
those. Tell you what, those will not wash well.
No.
Imagine putting those through the washing machine, just hearing the clunk, clunk, and you're like, wait a minute, it's all smashing.
I forgot to put my tights in there.
Shit!
Take my tights out to
I
hand
can't.
wash.
The
I only
door's
wore them
locked.
once.
The door's locked. Oh, right. Who's next?
Banksy.
Oh, she's wearing a Vivienne Westwood inspired holographic look.
Yeah, she says, I do like that she says, I'm about, because she's so corseted and like tied in, she says, I'm about to have a panic attack, and there's nowhere else I'd rather have it than on this runway. And I was like, oh, I love Banksy.
She looked really cool from far away.
Yeah.
Like the makeup was striking. Like
Yeah.
she was glowing.
From
Yeah.
far away. All right, Bree.
No, she looked good up close too, but from far away I felt like she had like a glow.
Yeah,
Like
it's because she did like a kind of white faced look with a
fluorescent,
Yeah, it was
yeah.
really cool.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Okay.
Very cool. Next was Tamara. She did kind of a silver robot look.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where I said in the interview, she's literally going to come out of the screen because she's like, I'm doing a robot.
and she's like, ah!
Yeah, like she comes so far forward that she goes out of focus in the camera because she's so close. I feel like the producer was like, whoa.
The thing is with this look is after seeing it's good, but after seeing Caramel,
Yeah.
it's like it's a step
They're
down.
they're too.
It was it was more like Tin Man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Sexy Tin Man, which I don't mind.
Then it was Kate Butch. Now she said that this was something to do with Phantom of the Opera.
She did like
What?
she basically did the Phantom and the
Christine.
yeah. Is that what her name is?
Yeah.
Sarah Brightman, as I think of her only.
And the judges told her that she should have left the Cape.
Yeah. I did like Graham's comment where he's like, "Oh, she looks like she's run a marathon." It's really good.
Yeah, this look. I mean, it is quite panto-y, and I know that's not necessarily what they're meant to be doing. I don't love this look.
No, it's not great. Ginger next is doing the armless look, as she described it as Schiaparelli meets a holographic earthworm.
I loved it.
Really good.
So cute.
Especially with what she said during the critiques.
Yeah.
What did she say?
So you missed this
Oh
bit.
yeah, she lost a nail.
Yeah, so she reveals that actually there was meant to be an arm reveal, but she lost some nails, like literally coming up the steps, so she decided just not to get her arms out.
Fine.
And it ended up paying off way more for her
Yeah,
because
didn't
they
it-
made endless like arm jokes.
Was it Rue or Graham that said it was like his favorite? It was
Yeah,
Graham.
Graham said it was his favorite look like ever, and Rue was like, "Oh, this is gonna go down in like Drag Race history as
So
like the
good.
weirdest, most stupid look
Yeah.
I've ever seen."
Then we had Michael Maruli.
So as with all of my critiques of Michael Maroney's looks, this is really good, and I don't like it.
Yeah, it's another real.
Lady Gaga look.
Yeah, little.
Oh yeah.
This is also Bad Romance.
Yeah, little
Era.
Lady Gaga, Ice Queen, Kylie Minogue when she did a certain thing.
Yeah.
I'm not.
I feel like I've seen it all before, but I also think it's really good.
Yeah, I think that's
At
fair.
the exact same time.
Yeah.
I feel like this is where I feel like I'm having that weird tide turn with Michael Maruli, where I was always a bit like, I was like, okay, yeah, like I'm like, now I'm like, I've got that weird thing where I'm now fully in support of anything he does, even if I know I deep down don't really like it that much. I just feel like maybe it's that thing of you get to know someone and they're like aesthetic, and even if it's not something you like, I'm like, he's got a very solid, clear vision of himself, and I don't like it, but I like him. Does that make sense?
I think that's fair.
I think I just like Michael Maruli. That's my statement.
He's a pro in his own way.
Yes, he's a pro, but he's still fun and funny, and I like what he has to say and do.
He's a pro in his own way, yes. He's the queen of the Canary Islands.
Whereas I think Vicky's a pro, but I don't want to engage with that.
Ouch.
In any way.
Drag me.
But if we were at a show and Michael Maruli popped out, thoroughly entertained.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm like, I would.
You're
feel
not going for him.
But I'd be happy to pop over to Gran Canaria and see Michael Maruli do like some numbers. I'd throw some euros at her.
What if you had to
Some euro coins.
Ouch. What if you had to get with Vicky in order to
Wait,
what is
what?
this?
What's happening?
What is this devil's contract you're suggesting?
in order to sell your soul to get with Ginger, you had to get with Vicky once.
Oh yeah, I do that.
do that.
Yeah, it's fine.
A
Vicky's
couple of gin and tonics.
Yeah. I'd be fine.
Wait.
Vicky's
When you
not
say
unattractive,
when you
it's
say
just-
get
it's
with
just
Vicky,
annoying.
how far do you have to get with Vicky?
All the way.
Yeah, fine. Please, I've had much darker encounters than that in my time.
She's not bad looking.
Yeah, she's fine. Okay, so
Yeah, maybe also as long as she's not talking. You know.
Okay,
Exactly.
we gotta cut the
exactly. Okay.
No,
so,
we didn't need to cut this.
So safe girls for the week are
mean.
Kara and Tamara. So Kara and Tamara are safe.
Cara and
that
Tamara.
makes perfect
Oh
sense.
yeah, they're the roomies and they rhyme.
Yeah, Kara and Tamara. And then I don't think we need to go through critiques.
I do really enjoy Michelle's look.
Yeah, she looks really good this week. Yeah. There's not really much to talk about Untucked either, I don't think. It's a lot of Dee Dee and Banksy know they're going to be in the bottom based on their critiques. So they're kind of, there's not really a lot of drama there. I'd say the only drama is that Vicky kind of says, oh, well, you know, I think it's between me and Michael to win.
Yeah.
And everyone's like...
And Ginger was like, you didn't even mention that I got a good...
Yeah, like Ginger and
Yeah.
Kate both got pretty good.
They were like, you didn't even mention that we got good
Yeah.
critiques.
Have you seen that meme that's going around of that cat going, huh?
No. No.
It's just this cat that can't hear you properly, but I sent it to Bordeaux and it really made me laugh because Bordeaux never listens to anything I say.
Oh,
My
that's
non-husband
funny.
husband. I can't remember what Michael says to wrap up Untucked, but I said, this is how you do it, Vicky. Michael knows how to wrap up a scene. He just is like, where the fuck is that, dong. And it's like, let's go straight to...
Professional.
Yeah, just professional. Safe pair of hands. The safe queens are announced as Kate, and then they announce Ginger's the winner, so that means that Vicky and Michael Maruli are safe, and they do a lot of cutaways to Vicky's face, kind of going like, oh, I'm safe. Like, she's annoyed. And Ginger's the winner.
Yay.
Yeah, great.
Our gal.
Wait, so who's in the bottom two?
So that leaves the bottom two as Banksy and Dee Dee.
Oh, that's right.
Now, Ben, what are they lip syncing to? Because I know you did watch that. I'll be like Simon. So, what's your name?
Susan.
And what is it that where do you see yourself?
I see myself on stage, Simon.
What did she say? Like Elaine Page.
I feel like Elaine Page, Simon.
Because
Sing your song.
You know who that cuts to in my favourite part of the clip.
Woman in the audience is like,
Yeah, it cuts to. It's that famous Britain's Got Talent clip. Yeah, she says,
shame.
I'm going to be Elaine Page. And this girl goes,
and then,
As if.
and then Subaru steps up and is like, I dreamed a dream of time gone by.
Whenever he's gagged.
da, 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 da.
And everyone's like, wow, a non-traditionally good-looking person
Right.
has talent.
Right, it's just that
How dare.
I hate that whole scenario. But the tigers come at night. I fucking hate Les Mis. It's one of the most torturous times I've ever experienced in a theatre environment.
It's a very boring show. Have you
very
seen it, Brie?
boring.
Did you watch musicals growing up?
No. I grew up on a farm.
Oh, that's fair.
We watched like baseball and football and stuff.
You're making your own musicals.
Nickelodeon. Okay.
Okay.
That's where I got my culture.
See,
Okay.
I got forced to see Les Mis at a much older age. I saw it when I was aged 19. My friends dragged me at university because we got like cheap student tickets. And I kept saying, I don't like musicals. I don't want to go. And they were like, well, we've got you a ticket. Oh my God, Les Mis goes on for maybe 7 hours, maybe
Yeah,
8 or
so
9.
boring.
It's so boring. The songs are boring. The whole thing is boring. It's really annoying. All my friends were crying, and I was looking at them like they were aliens from another planet. I was
Wait.
like, what are you crying about?
Brie,
This is so boring.
have you ever been to a musical in a theater?
Guess not.
That's quite remarkable.
So I was gonna go when I went to New York City on Broadway, but then we just couldn't find one that we wanted. It was like last minute. We just like
Yeah.
couldn't decide. But
Oh.
Were you in any musicals in high school?
oh no, no.
Not everyone's a gay man.
Who is she?
But the time is coming tonight. What a terrible lip sync song. This is like when they did that. They did another ballad.
Why
another,
would they choose this?
Yeah, they did. Do you remember they did a ballad last series that was really annoying like this? And we were just like, this is such a waste of time.
I know. So, I feel I'd be.
So right off the bat, I was like, "Is Banksy even trying?" At first,
This is just, I feel like this is not her wheelhouse at all. Like, imagine if it had been like a weird, like a kind of
Little Shop of Horrors.
like
she
Little
could have
Shop of
done.
Horrors, or like a kind of
What's it called? The one that's like Little Shop of Horrors. Everyone's Rocky Horror Picture
yeah, like
Show.
she could have done like a real fun, like
Yeah.
freak show role.
Wait, have you seen Rocky
I
Horror
have
Picture
seen
Show?
Rocky Horror Picture Show live. Does that count?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
Okay.
there you
yes,
go.
yes, yes.
Because I feel like that's very your vibe.
Yeah, yeah.
Going to see a live Rocky Horror Picture Show and like
Yeah.
dressing up
In
and shouting
Portland
and
at
screaming.
midnight.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's me.
There you go. So what happens? Who wins?
Dee Dee's much better, so she wins, and Banksy is sent home. And she has a really good final moment where she is about to walk out, and she's like, "Well, I'm going to walk the runway one more time." And
Yeah,
she
that's
like
good.
she does a full like model walk,
Yeah,
and they
that's
put music
good.
behind it, and everyone's cheering, and she gets a really good.
I feel like a lot of people were saying Banksy was in the running for.
Yeah, it was
winner.
interesting. Well, I think she's also one of those ones that I feel like I'm going to hear about the most after as well. Like, I guess it's just because I think she's really interesting.
Can I just hear what music they play?
One more time, okay? Go for it.
Is it a Rue song?
This is some real library music. It's called like club beats
mix.
with a Z.
That was fun.
Ben, finally, who is the guest judge in next week's episode?
We've got a couple of guest judges.
Carol Vorderman. Yes,
Fine.
interesting, fun to talk about.
And then it's okay.com.
Alexandra fucking Burke.
Bad boys, bad boys.
If they don't use Bad Boys as the lip sync song, I'm gonna murder everyone in the UK.
No, but they might do hey oh tempo.
They're not gonna do Start Without You.
You.
They should, but they're never gonna do that. They'll go with Bad Boys. It's the most famous one.
Now,
Broken Heels.
I knew you were going to say Broken Heels. Oh, thank you, Brie, so
Oh,
much
yeah,
for coming.
thanks, Brie.
Now, if people want to find Brie, get in touch with Brie. Where are they going to go?
Well, you can find me on Instagram at Brie Weiss, and I also have a new podcast called.
Woo!
Oh, thank you. It's called Midlife Variety Show.
How many episodes are out now?
Two episodes.
I need to watch episode 2.
Yes,
watch
you-
episode 2. Listen to episode
Yes,
2.
you do.
Thank you for coming on.
Thank you. It was so
Thanks, Brie.
fun.
Bye.
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 You are right up my street.
Oh, you can't make me choose.
Igo by Toyota sponsors T4.
Fuck me, Lee Ryan's 13.
I remember we couldn't remember the word for table.